Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today we're going to be taking a look at, for a third installment to the No Fog series, some in-development landscape beyond the boundaries of safety, and we're going to cruise over to the world tree here today. So to do that, we're going to turn off the fog. Now we can see the world tree, and we're over here by the generator and everything. And the reason why I picked this place is because right here, just below us, is an area where you're kind of lured out of bounds a little bit by all of these resources and crystals that you need for building. And look how many there are out there. There's atacamite, there's celestine, there's some quartz chunks, and they're all just hanging out here, so tempting, just past the red wall. So I'm fairly certain this is meant to troll you into going past the red wall for the first time, and then having the Shiver Leviathan spawn somewhere. There he is, he's over there, hanging out. But I chose this because this area over here, as it cruises out to the north past this zone, kind of feels like it goes gently into the next area where they might be doing some development work. There isn't just like a sheer cliff immediately. Like, you look out here and there's very clearly some different terrain. Things are going on here, so we're going to check all that out as we cruise towards the world tree. So the theory right now, at least the theory that I'm running on, I could be wrong. And we're going to find out kind of maybe in this video whether or not this game is going to be using the safe shallows as sort of the middle point, the hub area for the rest of the game. And so that's going to be like the center of the game, with the tree kind of being at the edge of the game, kind of like how the Aurora sat just on the edge of the map in the first game. So as we kind of cruise along here, we're going to see more of the terrain kind of pop into existence as I reach it from my max render distance. I've got all my game settings up to the highest that they'll go, so it's not like I'm missing out on any render settings as far as I'm aware. But it looks like there's more variable terrain, and it looks like as we get away from the sort of starter area, things just progressively get deeper. Kind of like what happens when you explore Subnautica 1. Where as you get away from the safe shallows, you kind of find the sparse reef, and then there's like that dead zone where there's just like a dead reef. And then there's also the deep grand reef where things get very deep, things get very glowy, and you run into the crab squids. So as we approach the world tree, and it's really not that far away, it's probably only like a 2,000 some meters away from the how far away is the life pod? It's only like 2,000 meters away right now. So we're getting right up to it. I can almost touch the base of the world tree. And underneath the world tree is just some nameless black void structure, some orb. And I don't know if you've played through to the end of the early access period right now, the first chunk of Subnautica 2. But if you have, and spoilers for the next couple minutes, well, maybe not minutes, but they talk about in the end inside of that alien tower after you activate the generator how there's some type of bunker where there's a bunch of creatures in stasis sleeping called the Veps, and they have some DNA from the world tree inside of them that we need in order to maybe keep it alive, or maybe they know something about what's going on with the world tree and how to stop the virus that's killing it. Something along those lines. That might represent that and them hiding underneath of it. And ooh, that is a big boy. I originally thought when I first started playing this game that maybe they had just like a picture in the distance and you weren't actually supposed to get here, but that is thoroughly detailed. You can go fly up to the top of it, I'm sure. Although I haven't been able to figure out how my flying cheats work in the mods that I downloaded. So, oh, hello. Hello, friend. Don't mind me. So that's kind of cool. And it looks like there's like a deep ravine over here. So maybe one of the tentacles to the world tree is eventually supposed to kind of go down there and then burrow deep into the planet. And then another one of the Titan rock borers is supposed to go down over there. I don't know, there's a lot of potential for this terrain, and I'm sure none of this is anywhere close to a final stage in its development. So let's go back to the main area now, and let's see if we go off into a different direction. What kind of landscape is available to like the west or the east or to the south to tell us, maybe hint at, I should say, whether or not the safe shallows in the zone that we already have is going to be the hub, or if that's going to be the southern end of the map. Because I think that's going to be a major telling clue as we get closer. Alright, so as we get back over here towards the generator facility, I currently don't know if I should, like, assume that any meaningful stuff happens. At least not yet, because they would need to like change and have like a specific spot where they would lure you over. Because right now, all of the terrain here kind of feels like it's laid out by the generator to kind of wall you off and keep you within this ravine-like area down over here, next to where all of the metal farms are, kind of like socked in here with all these little high walls. Not that they haven't done that before with stuff directly over the side, but I feel like the most likely direction to explore from here is probably out to the south, because out to the south, there's like a very neat little step by step that leads to lower ground, whereas all of this stuff is visually kind of like walled off. Like, hey, there's no need to go past here because it's a wall. So with that in mind, let's go have ourselves a nice little drive and see what's going on. Okay, so here on the southern side of the Alien Observatory, and this is like the area that kind of leads to that ravine where you first encounter the Collector Leviathan. The whole area kind of slopes down to the edge of the terrain. So it all kind of goes down over here, and it just smoothly glides down into this like sandy area from these little shelves that literally look like they're forming stairs. So if we kind of cruise over here, it looks like there's some terrain over here to the south, just past this like little barren area. And then if we look over here, that's the ravine where we first encounter the Collector Leviathan. And then there's those giant rock buttholes that look like there's tar coming out of them. And then here, we'll just cruise off in this direction and see what we've got. It doesn't look like there's a lot of terrain off to the south here. There just appears to be kind of like one large, kind of flattish nugget of land that comes out. But it doesn't look like this is a graceful cutoff. It looks like there is literally a sheer cliff. There's one cliff here. If you look where my cursor is, there's like one cliff from the safe shallows down to here. And then this is a massive fall off that goes even further down. I mean, there could still be something here, because again, none of this is finalized. And all of this could be completely and utterly meaningless for right now. But this seems a lot less likely to be used, at least not right away, just because there's no gradual geometry coming down here. There's just literally a sheer cliff. Like, there's just going to be void from here on out. Don't worry about it, Skippy kind of a deal. It's not flat plane geometry. There's clearly some delineation of shape here. There's little mounds, not great, but little ones. And then it looks like off in the distance to the west, it's like might be the same story. And I also don't see anything. If I look out to the east, it looks like this whole area kind of ends right here, and there's just a sheer cliff over there. Alright, so now I'm here over on one of the western edges, and it looks like there's a little bit more going on over here. Not a ton, but it looks like there's a little bit more going on. There's some unloaded, like, cubes in the distance. It's about all I can describe them as right now because I'm not that close to them. I'm just gonna scoot underneath of our buddy, the Shivler Leviathan. Nice of the three of them to keep us company on our little adventures. But over here, there's like something jutting off the side of the world. And then there's just some more geometry that looks like it kind of meets up with whatever's going on to the north. But this is all, again, this is all looking very sheer cliffy. There's not like anything gradual about the transition from safe shallows down to undeveloped terrain that's considered void territory. At least for right now. I don't know what's going on with this mystery block of terrain over here. While we're kind of rounding the corner, I can see the roots of the world tree in the distance. And it looks like there is some potential over here with different chunks of stuff for there to be more terrain and more environments going on to the west. Maybe not so much to the south. There is something going on to the south. It's just not as detailed as whatever this is. This looks like more part of that giant ravine that swoops underneath of the world tree. And again, I think if this is actually something that will eventually turn into more detailed terrain but be roughly the same shape as it is now, I suspect that might actually just be a spot for one of these gigantic Titan rock boar tentacles to reach down and burrow into a ravine down here, as if it was the creator of the Grand Canyon instead of a river. There might be some cool deep sea activity going on there as well. But yeah, there's not a ton going on over here to the west. Let's see what's going on directly to the north of the safe shallows, because I can see the northern part of the jelly fields, or the jellyfish plant area with the, you can see it up there too. There's little purple plants up there where the necroloi cysts are found. Somewhere I see the shadow for the Shiver Leviathan down over there. So our buddy's still sticking with us, hanging out. I don't see him right now. He's somewhere. Yes, well, so I guess that may not be as telling as I was saying, because they're like, you know, big heavy drop off here, more terrain as if it's the void here. But here up north, same thing, you know, there's a semi-gradual couple of cliff faces until you reach the bottom here, where I'm sure the invisible wall is, and then there's more gradual drop off to this terrain before you get down into these massive ravines off to the north. And there's a lot of big Titan rock boar tentacles that are coming off of the world tree. So there's a lot of options and a lot of possibility for different shaped gouges in the earth where they burrow in and act as roots for the world tree. There's also no saying, like, what does the world tree rest on? Because currently there's obviously just this mystery black sphere underneath of it. But maybe it's resting on a giant mountain. Maybe it's resting on a rock. Maybe it's just more of it. Burrows straight down into the earth. Hard to say at this point, because there's not like a signpost, a definitive signpost pointing to what's going on. Okay, well that was kind of interesting. Well, I hope you enjoyed our journey to the world tree, looking around at all the terrain and seeing what's going on past the edge of the map. Didn't fully go over and check the other side, but it looks like there's less terrain over there to look at on the eastern cliffs face. But there is evidence that this is maybe the center of the map. If not, it certainly is the center of the map horizontally, maybe not vertically. There might not be a lot of stuff going on to the south in the future, but there's the possibility. There is some geometry to the south that kind of lends to the fact that there might be more maps sometime in the future, just not right now. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. This has been another increment or installment of the No Fog series. I hope you found this interesting. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.